true to that and keeping that in sight as you go along with, with your career. At the end of the day, I think it's just like, as he said, stay authentic as much as you can, but also remember why you're doing it, and don't sell yourself short.
I agree. Stay authentic. I want to thank you guys for coming out to the show. Let us know how people can get in touch with you, your social media, your website.
Yeah, Nomadic Massive. I mean, you could Google that and find everything, but check us out on Facebook. We're on Twitter. NomadicMassive.com is the website. Bandcamp, if you want to get our records, and all that stuff, iTunes, etc., etc.
All the best of your projects, your album, and continued success. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, my name is Samaya Mantola, and I'm a vocalist as well as dancer.
My name is Monk E. I'm an archiophonist, aka a vocalist.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Marika Tirolien. I'm a vocalist and a keyboard player.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Freddie V, full-time vocalist, part-time bass player.
Okay, nice. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to start with you, Jocelyn, the founder of Community. Where did the whole idea come from for forming Community?
I mean, it's something that took a while to brew. It was a lot of trial and error. Basically, okay. I was in a group, and a group that was well rehearsed, and we did a lot of touring and stuff like that. And when I left that group, I kind of wanted to create something where all these musicians I met, we'd have a place to be able to get together and just express for the reason I think music was really made for, which is expressing the inexplicable, the soul, language of the soul. So that's pretty much why I came about. Also, looking around at different shows in Montreal, and instead of complaining about what's missing, kind of trying to create it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, nice. Now, I know you guys have a second melting pot, a mix of different styles. I mean, you have R&B, you have soul, you have jazz, you have reggae, you have poetry. Why don't you tell us, how would you describe Community?
Wow, community is a language. Mm-hmm. It's a universal language which we use music as. So it attracts all kinds of people from all walks of life, and it's a place where we can actually come together and communicate on that level, whether you're French, English, Spanish, whatever it is. Bring yourself to the table, be honest, and have a pure communication, which really, having 12 people being honest with their talent and being true, it's infectious for an audience. They become a part of it, and that's kind of why we found the importance of it. It's like displaying that honesty, people being honest.
Okay. So how many members, how many affiliations, how many cousins, like how many people are part of the community? I'm hearing different numbers.
Well, the group's been out, the concept's been out for 12 years now.
Yes.
So, and it's been a revolving door. So there's people who are here. Montreal is a very transient city. You got universities and everything, so people are here for a few years.
Okay.
They're either talented, they come by, and they come and go. But I would say in general, I mean, we have, right now, if we had to call a show of all of us, we'd be over 50, close to anywhere between 50 and 70 people that do something, So it's a large collective, all kinds of styles, musicians, dancers, DJs, beatboxers, painters, rappers, different forms of vocalists, poetry, spoken word, dub poetry, all of the different, we don't discriminate.
Okay.
It's really an idealistic way of putting people from all different walks of life together and seeing what beauty comes in when we trust and communicate. Okay.
So Sarah, I'd like to ask you, what possessed you to join Community, and what do you feel you bring to the group?
Well, I remember seeing Community when I was beginning to incorporate myself in music, studying music. And I remember seeing Community at Sablo Cafe and being completely amazed and not understanding what was going on. Like, this is improv? No way, it can't be. How's everybody harmonizing? Somebody would start something and then the harmonies would come in, and I was just completely blown away. And then I got kind of busy and I wouldn't go so much. And then eventually just kind of organically, I got more interested and joined the group, which was amazing to know that I was in. And what do I feel that I bring? I guess songwriting kind of aspect of thing. Yeah, I like to that honesty that everybody brings. Hopefully that's what it allows me to do.
Okay, so you mentioned, you bring the songwriting aspect, and also you mentioned that's a lot of improv. So how do you guys work in terms of, who goes on what song or who jumps in when they got to jump in? How does that work with you guys?
Well, basically with comedy, it's we have a concept that's called the huddle, especially as a vocalist. Imagine like the musicians are on stage and they start the instrumentalists start the tune, and then as soon as the tune starts, like the sands of time have begun,
Yes.
and the vocalists have to all get together in like a football huddle, and so basically from there, very rapidly, we have to get lyrics together, we have to get melody together, and our phrasing together, and understand that. So in about like 60 seconds to about 2 minutes, we're working very, very fast to bring something together. What's the topic of the song? So it's not one person talking about melancholy and the other person talking about like how they love their partner. So it's really, we're trying to stay on the same page. And then after that, the melody comes through. And then after that, lyrics. And then after that, we start harmonizing. It just goes so fast.
Wow.
So the practice is amazing. It makes your mind work. So when we're doing this, it just develops such a skill set that when we start bringing this to other projects and other branches of the community tree, you can really see how sharpening those skills has helped us in other aspects of music.
So a song will go on for a while then?
Yeah, I mean, there's not really necessarily, like, we do different types of music, so it's not like we're trying to do a 3-minute pop song. Some songs can last 6-7 minutes, some songs can last 2.5. But at the same time is that, the more music, the better, so we definitely don't want to be self-indulgent. And I understand that's definitely the goal of what we do, because we can lose ourselves, but at the same time, it should be able to be sure that we're communicating a clear and concise message, as well as the clarity in our melodies, in our lyrics, and everything that we do and represent.
Okay. What's interesting also that you guys have your own personal projects. You're not just stuck with community. So I know you're the lead singer for Boogie Wonder Band.
Yes.
And also you have your own album you just released, right?
Exactly.
So talk to us about that, please.
So I mean, there's a lot of different projects they're doing. So me personally, I just released my EP in the fall called Varsity Volume 1. Available on iTunes right now. Get it, go cop it. And so it's basically that. And then as a lead singer of the Boogie Wonder Band, which is like a 70s review, we traveled a lot around the world, played with Cool in the Gang, members of Earth, Wind & Fire, and stuff like that, and full choreography, the whole thing. So
two different vibes.
Yeah, oh my God, like it's it's going from that to all these different projects. The vibes are ridiculous, but at the same time, I'm blessed to be in a place where there's a diversity of projects of what I get to do, and community has very much helped me out to diversify what I do. So you can't just put me in just one hole.
Okay, cool. And Malika, the queen. How you doing? You good?
I'm good.
No, Malika means queen.
I know.
She's like, oh yeah. She deserves it. She worked for it. She deserves it.
All right. Before we get into who you are, I know you're from Guadeloupe.
Yeah.
And tell us what the music scene is back in Guadeloupe.
Ooh, back in Guadeloupe. I don't know if you know about Casal.
Oh, Casal, okay.
Yeah, Casal is like the ambassador of Guadeloupe. We're really proud of them because they travel the world and they open the whole like Guadeloupean scene for everyone,
Okay.
And a lot of artists have been influenced by them, and it's really like amazing.
Okay.
But
tell the people explain to people like the types of music that Kassav does.
Kassav do zouk.
Yes.
Zouk, which is like a kind of a mix of local like percussions and things like that, but mixed with music, mixed with chords. And like it's like a dancing party environment. Okay. But then that zouk kind of changed a little bit and became like more love zouk. So now it's like more like slow tempo, and you talk a lot about love and
no violence.
Breakup. But exactly. But the Boka, which is like the more like local and traditional music, is still alive a lot, and a lot of young artists are trying to mix it with like hip hop and soul and R&B, and that's a little bit what I'm going to try to do, you know.
Okay, good for
and
you.
I started with my album.
Talk about your album, please. Talk about your album.
Yeah, it came out in September.
Okay.
And it's a lot of it is in Creole. I would say like 80%.
Nice.
A little bit of French and English also.
Okay.
But I really tried to collaborate like with, for example, François Landrezo, which is like a really big figure in Guadeloupe because he's part of Akio, which is another ambassador from Guadeloupe, but in a really roca mode, so traditional.
So you're bringing your roots to the album.
Yes, that was like I want to go a little bit more like towards that, you know.
Okay.
I want to go back to my roots.
And then also, talk to us about your Grammy connection.
Oh my God, that was like the experience of my life. I met this group, this band called Snarky Puppy, and actually we opened for them with a band that is called Ground Food with Jason, and I met them over there. I saw them before, but we met like for this occasion, and they asked me like to come to New York and sing with them a few tunes at Rockwood Musical. And I went there like a few times, and from there they decided to make an album called Family Dinner, where they would like choose the vocalists that they really liked, you know, and put them on an album. So they would bring their songs, and there would be like a house band of like many vocalists, and these vocalists included like Leila Hathaway and Dumby, Magda, Sheena Still, like a lot of like crazy vocalists, and of course Snarky Puppy, like with their crazy musicianship. And so that album, the song that Leila Hathaway did, like won a Grammy in 2014. So that's why I'm like, it shined a little bit on me, you know, because it's the Grammy thing. You know?
Okay, good for you, good for you. My man Monkey, you good on form?
Très en forme, merci.
Good. You just released an album, right?
Yeah, I just did. I released an album called Esclavage, Exode et Renaissance, which is my 5th full LP, solo LP.
Good for you, good for you, good. And then also I see you made sure to mix the graffiti on the cover.
Yeah, always. Like thus far, I've kind of like produced or co-produced like 11 projects.
Wow.
And I never have my face on any of the projects. It's always like my paintings that are, because obviously my face has so limited information, no? While my painting carry a lot more weight and a lot more substance. So it's always been the idea to push the substance first and not the person behind the substance, you know?
Can you compare doing paintings and writing music? Is it a comparison that you can do?
Well, they complete each other in the sense that you speak to a different demography. Like obviously with my painting, it was earlier in my career when I became international because there's no barrier of language and even of generations. I try to speak to everyone. I always bring a universal message in my paintings and in my music also, but obviously because I rap in French and because it is the hip-hop style, it's limited to the people that are curious and magnetized towards that message and that style of message. So I do both for different occasions, you know, and everywhere I travel around the world, I always bring both with me. Even if it's an opportunity to do a big mural, I will still find myself a couple of shows to do in that area, and vice versa. If I'm called to do like a workshop on spoken word or do music shows, I will still find places to leave murals and leave my painting there.
Okay. And then also, you're the Canadian champion of End of the Week?
For the past 3 years, I've been Canadian champion.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
And you had mentioned that being part of the community helped you.
Definitely.
Freestyle.
Basically, I've been freestyling since I've discovered hip-hop.
Real freestyle.
You said what?
Real freestyle.
Yeah, real freestyle. You know, because people say freestyle, sometimes it's like putting a rehearsed verse over a random beat.
That's not freestyle.
But I do like improv freestyle.
Nice.
And I always been doing it, and I have kind of like a capacity to go on and on on that. Like the switch is on and off. But what I've learned in community, because I've been like following community for 9 years. It's been like maybe 2 years, 3 years that I'm actually an official member. But I've been always collaborating and featuring with them and coming to be inspired with people that I consider my big brothers, you know, people that have influenced me since I was in my early 20s to have charisma on stage and to be mature about that charisma also, to not just be wild out stuff, but to be like focused on certain on certain objectives. And what I've really learned in my freestyle capacity with community is the capacity to structure my freestyle as a song. So to take my freestyle and not just have a random 120 bars, but into that to have chorus, bridge, but all in freestyle. So to be able to start with a 4-bar that would be a freestyle, but to repeat it and to even bring it back as a conclusion to my freestyle and to kind of like channel my freestyle in a more coherent structure. This is something that I've completely learned from community.
Wow. And is your album written lyrics or more freestyle?
No, it is completely written lyrics.
Okay.
My album, I do a lot of, in my shows, it's both.
Yes.
Because I do believe that I have a special gift for being inspired on the moment.
Yes.
And that's what I bring to community also. This was community bring to me. So it's kind of like a really mutual relation. But in my show, I keep that alive. So that's what made me special also. If I do an hour concert, at least 15 minutes is out of improv, using elements from the crowd, using elements from the moment. So all of my in-between songs are all improv and crowd reaction and all of that good stuff.
Okay, cool.
And crowd surfing, yeah. I'm an international, officially stamped. Like pretty much every stamp I have on my passport is also a crowd surfing stamp, because in that country I crowd surfed at least once.
Wow, good for you.
Yes, it's a big sport. But I'm a short dude also, so it's not as challenging as a 6'8" stronger brother. You know, I can be carried, and I love the idea of being literally carried by your community. You know, because when I'm crowd surfing, I am literally being supported by my community, and my own music and painting. It's all about that. Like 70% of my music and my painting is given for free for communities that I feel deserve to receive and to adopt my art. So I do believe community is also focused on that, on giving to the community and giving back. All of the person involved in that project are highly professional artists that comes like the pay is really symbolic. We give to the community, we give all of our energy, all of our experience, all of our thoughts and substance is given for the people to grow together and to have a dialogue with exactly.
It's important.
So I try to keep that in my solo career also.
Okay, cool. Sam I Am.
Yes. Hi.
Dancer.
Yes.
Whacker.
Yes.
Gospel singer.
Yes.
R&B soul singer.
Yes.
Did I miss anything?
Just funky. Funky, just funky. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're one of the newer members, right, of community?
Well, it's been a good 5 years.
5 years
It's been
already?
a good 5
Okay.
years, yeah.
Okay.
But I still feel very fresh and new. Every day is a new day, and definitely each Tuesday, because we don't always have the same vocalists or the same musicians, it's always a new, fresh start. Okay. You know, so, yeah.
Okay. Talk to us about the KBC Tuesday projects.
Well, as I said, every Tuesday we never know what's going to happen.
Okay.
Because again, with the 50, 60 members,